Welcome to another podcast of the current situation Manchester United. Hope you guys are enjoying the start of a new weekend. It's in the afternoon on my end. I'm just going to get into some news, not a lot of news, just a few stuff related to Manchester United. So the first piece of news is that Paul Pogba has allegedly, you know what they say about allegedly, has allegedly signed a new contract at Manchester United. A 1 year contract. It's not a hefty contract, although he's getting hefty wages per week. But yeah, it's been made known to me that he's signed a new 1 year contract. My thoughts is this, and I think I've expressed this before. I don't think Paul Pogba, I don't think it would do Paul Pogba justice to stay at Manchester United after this season if we haven't won any silverware, we haven't won any trophies, or we're like nowhere near top four. Like it doesn't make any sense for Paul Pogba to stay at a club where the club is not improving, is not assessing, and it's just regressing because we're not getting the signings that we need. And I wouldn't blame. It doesn't make no sense that Paul Pogba stays at Manchester United when the players, the fans, and the manager are not united together. Like we have turmoil in our household that we need to sort out from upstairs to downstairs. The CEO, which is Ed Woodward, and the Glazers and the fans and the football players of the club, they are not in sync. They are not in unison. We're not singing on the same pitch, so to speak. So what in as it relates to Paul Pogba, after this season, if we haven't won any silverware, if we haven't won any trophies, or if we are nowhere near the round of 16 of Champions League, or we're nowhere near a location called success, then it would be best that Paul Pogba just leave Manchester United, not for the sake of us, but for his own good. My man is entering into the time where his prime is coming. We don't want Paul Pogba to waste his time and prime at Manchester United doing FR or doing not. It doesn't make any sort of sense. So it would benefit Paul Pogba to leave Manchester United. If we haven't won any trophies, if we haven't won any if we haven't even gotten top four, which I don't think we'll get, but I won't say that's like written in stone. I mean things can happen in the season. But yeah, I just don't see any benefit for Paul Pogba to stay at Manchester United when when we just things aren't happening. So that's the first piece of news. The second piece of news is that it's been said that Bruno Fernandes has been he has lost faith in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if you listen to his press conference, I listened to a part of it, but my man, his press conference is not enthusiastic. It's not enticing to me. I'm not mesmerized by a guy like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer when he's doing his press conferences. But for some reason, I felt compelled to listen to it. And what he basically said is that, see, I can't even remember, but I'm gonna just say this, bro. I don't think Bruno Fernandes has lost faith in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has said that Bruno is not used to losing, which is true, because ever since Bruno Fernandes has been at Manchester United, particularly since not lockdown started, since football in lockdown started, which was in mid-June, Manchester United only lost 2 games. And those 2 games was coming from the season. And the season just started like a month ago. Like literally. So it's going to take him a time and half a time to actually settle into the squad. Yes, he's been doing very well. Yes, he's been scoring a lot of penalties. Yes, he's been winning a lot of penalties. Yes, he's been winning games for us through penalties. But what this guy does on the ball is that he creates chance, and he will do better if we endeavor to help him to inspire the player, because we cannot be saying Bruno Fernandes is not improving the number the attack. No, that's not true. That's not true. Bruno Fernandes, do you see the pass that he gave to Marcus Rashford against Brighton away? I mean, that just blew my mind away, bro. That pass was just a blast. That pass was just fire and brimstone together. But I ain't gonna get into the part because the past is the past, and we don't want to rewrite history. So that's the second thing. The third thing before I get into the preview is that we have Alex Tace, we have new signings. So this should give us a reason to believe in ourselves for this season because although yes, this we didn't make the signings that we believe we should have made, but let us just be positive. Let us just have a positive attitude and show gratitude to the players that have come into the club in the transfer window. Let us not be pigs with a sour let's not be like let's not have a sour attitude. Let us not be like spoiled children. Let us not be like that. We are a big club. We have decent players in our club, and we have promising players in our club. So let us just not browbeat the signings. The signings are the signings. The signings is not their fault that the signings. It's not the signings' fault that they're in the club. Blame that to the big man upstairs. That is the Glazers. That is the CEO. So it doesn't matter at this point. The transfer window is closed. Let us just nip that in the bud and move on. Let's move on to a new blank book page and move to a stage where we can improve actually this season. We have a seasoned striker. We have young players coming into the club. Pelestri and a young guy that's coming in January. So we should be positive. We should be positive. The fourth piece of news is that Harry Maguire has been under a lot of fire. He's been on a lot of fire recently, Harry Maguire, because ever since the incident happened to him in Greece, my man has been on a lease of trouble as relates to on and off the pitch, particularly on the pitch because he's a football player, right? But as relates to Harry Maguire, my man played a dire performance when he was playing for England, and he made mistakes against Tottenham, and it's just rubbing it's like rubbing salt in the wound. It's just like spraying a gram of gasoline and raging fire. It's not making the situation any more positive for Harry Maguire. Because with this fire of anger, with this fire of frustration, my man has to realize that he needs to come out with he needs to improve himself. It's not like he's an ordinary player at Manchester United. He's the captain for Manchester United. My man has been given captaincy on a silver platter in his first season at Manchester United. So because he's been given the captaincy, particularly when Ashley Young left in 2020, in January of 2020, earlier this year, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to just give him the captain armband because he's just a slabhead like that. No, we need a reason to make this guy captain. There is no reason to make this guy captain. I'll touch on that already in my last previous podcast. Bruno Fernandes should be captain for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes should be captain for Manchester United. He's outspoken. Hold on. He's outspoken. Computer acting up, huh? He's outspoken, and he put players under not in a Roy Keane type of way, but he put players in their places. He'll correct, he'll check, he just make players aware that, bro, what you just did is not acceptable. Correct yourself. And he will reprove players, he will admonish players, and I wouldn't say he does it angry with, but that's just the captain we need, and Bruno Fernandes is that type of guy. So as relates to Harry Maguire, has been a my man needs to take an isolation to a location called probably Hawaii or somewhere, because he needs to clear his head. There's a lot of criticisms on hold on. There's a lot of criticisms on his Twitter page, on Twitter, and on other pages, like for example Facebook and other social media forums. This guy is getting criticisms everywhere. You think Beckham getting criticism when he made that red card type of tackle on Simeone in 1998. England was all over him. England was all over him. In 2006, Rooney ball busted a guy from that used to play for Portugal, and Ronaldo was like, bro, what is this? Send him off. Ronaldo knew when he did that, England, whether it's Manchester United fans, England fans, or whoever fans, they were going to be against Ronaldo. They probably burned down his house. So as it relates to the England fans, and I'm not even English, but I speak English, a different type of English, but it's going to take him a while it's going to take him a while to have the fans back on his side. And the reason why I mention Harry Maguire is because I don't see him starting tomorrow for Manchester United. Because he needs to get his head cleared first. So as it relates to the preview, this is my preview. Oh, before I go into the preview, I don't want this video to be long. I usually say that in most of my podcasts, but I just want to give my disclaimer and say to the fans of Manchester United that love Manchester United to the heart, we should be aware that in the next 2 or few weeks, this is going to be a make or break deal for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Because yes, bitch, I know. Yeah, my headphones telling me I'm connected. Her name is Brittany, by the way. Just I thought I put that in there. But we are playing against Newcastle on the 17th, which is tomorrow. We're playing PSG on the 20th, and our next fixtures after the 20th is going to be called like a death phase. A death phase which we want to see if Ole can bring us through that phase, and so that he can be on a stage called success, because Ole is under fire right now. Ole is under fire. Maguire is under fire. And definitely the CEO and upstairs man for Manchester United is under fire. So it's not helping United with anything better. We just need to be getting points, playing players in certain games. For example, in the Newcastle game, which I'm going to get into the preview now, Newcastle is no walkover. And I think I've said that based with Brighton. But Newcastle is a very physical side. They brought back their prodigal son, Andy Carroll. They signed, I think Andy Carroll has been at the club for like 2 years now. But yeah, they have the prodigal son, Andy Carroll. They have the striker from Bournemouth, it is Wilson. Yeah, Wilson. And he's very decent. I think they signed Fraser as well. So I think the Bournemouth duo came to Newcastle. But yeah, Newcastle is a very physical side. They are going to be playing long balls. If they are playing long balls, Lindelof, who has been under fire, but that's for another podcast. I don't think he should be started. I should say. My man is not good in there. If God forbid if Andy Carroll starts and Lindelof has to mark Andy Carroll is going to eat him in the ear. That's just real talk. Andy Carroll has aerial prowess. Lindelof is lacking in aerial prowess. So with that combined, bro, it's just going to be a one-man battle. It's going to be like a boy against a bull. It's no contest. As relates to the starting level, let me just get into the starting level. Manchester United hasn't had a clean sheet since the summer, and it's October now. So as relates to, hold on, this computer is acting up. Okay. As relates to the goalkeeper, of course, I want Dean Henderson to start in the goal, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I mean, David De Gea is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's nudes, bro. So let's just not deny that. But David De Gea, according to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I know he will start him. David De Gea in the goal, right back. Wan-Bissaka has been getting it, man. I mean, most persons, as relates to defensive wise for Manchester United, has been really getting it ever since. But I'm gonna play. I believe Wan-Bissaka will start a right back. The defense has really been under fire, jeopardy, scrutiny. Right, I would start Eric Bay as centre back, right centre back, to fill in the slot for Slobid. Who do we have? We have Phil Jones. The fuck is this? Hold on. We have Phil Jones. We have Chris. I was about to say Chris Brown. Chris Smalling has found himself on a permanent deal with Roma, so he's not coming back. Shoot, who we have played at centre back? Okay, I'm gonna get back there. At left back, which would be an interesting choice, because since you have taste now with Luke Shaw, I'm not going to be very rude on Luke Shaw, but I mean, we need points, don't we? So I might just start Alex Tays at left back and leave back Luke Shaw on the bench. Yeah, and as it relates to the midfield in the infield, we have the PhD master degree master. Nemanja Matic. Yeah, he'll be starting at the center defensive midfield position. Paul Pogba, who has been under some fire as relates to his future. I think that's been nipped in the bud, but I mean, future is uncertain, so I'm not really bought on Paul Pogba staying at Manchester United. But I believe he will be starting tomorrow, so that is Matic, Paul Pogba in midfield as the double pivot. The number 10, Bruno Fernandes. The front three, this might be tricky, but Marcus Rashford will be starting. Martial, I believe, will be playing. I won't say he will start, but he will play. And Greenwood will start. So yeah. But if I had to lead my head, if I had like a clipper, a full-fledged clipper to my head, who would I put as a striker on the left centre back? Starting with the striker, because I actually play striker. I would say, okay, let's play Martial. Let's start Martial. And the other centre back position, let's just play Lindelof. But long balls are going to be played. I'm just going to leave it at that. So my prediction for the match is that Manchester United will not get a clean sheet, unfortunately. I hope to be proven wrong, but that's just my gut impulsive feeling. I would say 2-1 to Manchester United. 2 goals for Manchester United, 1 goal for Newcastle. I don't think it will be a convincing game, because again, we're playing away to Newcastle, and Newcastle is no walkover as it relates to playing at home. So again, you guys know what's up. Leave your comments down below in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I know I do have a lot of viewers, but I'm very appreciative and accepting to anybody and everybody that has viewed this video, taking the time out of the day to view this video. I appreciate it, I genuinely do. And I'll show it to you guys after the match, which will be tomorrow evening. So I'll holler you guys after the game. Peace.